Greetings, this is this, and I am me. And yeah, let's just jump right in. Okay, so how I usually start is by drawing Ferb's nose. So pick a spot in the middle of where you're drawing. Just draw a line. Then draw a line at a rounded 90-degree angle down. And then draw another line back in. There you go, Ferb's nose. You can actually shorten this up a little bit if you want. I think that'll probably look a little better. Have this end a little bit shorter than the top end. Okay. Then we're just going to go down for his face. And then to make his mouth, you just go out and back in just a tiny little bit. Just as like a tiny little triangle for a mouth. And then just keep going down. And there's the rest of the bottom half of his face. He doesn't have a chin. No chin. Then you can just do a straight line at the bottom for his shirt collar. And then basically, if you draw it way too long and ridiculous like this, just erase. You know, if you're drawing with, oh goodness. If you're drawing with something that doesn't want to erase, like a marker or something, I mean, you could always sketch it out first in pencil, but you could also just follow my instructions when I'm sure I actually am telling you a correct thing. Okay, so draw it out to about there. I'd say that's a good Ferb collar length. Next, we're just going to start the back side of his head, and so we're just going to take a spot right about here, right there, and we're just going to go up the back side, okay? And keep going until you're about in the nose range. There. Okay, so now I'm in the nose range, so now I can draw his ear, which is super easy. It's just like a little C. Boom, ear, done. And we put a little curly Q E type looking thing in there, and then you've got his ear. And then just keep on going up and curve slightly out, because his head is going to get slightly wider at the top. So just curve out a little bit like that, and then boom, you've got the top of his head, and we'll put his hair on after. But now we got to go to this side where his eyes belong. And so he's got one really big eye right in the middle. And then he's got another eye behind it that's smaller. And there you go, Ferb's eyes. You can put little pupils in them. Boom, boom. Looking great. Looking good. Now we will just go right about here, okay? Off the top of his eyeball to make the top of his head on this side, and we're going to curve this one. The forehead is weirdly curved for some reason. Actually, it's not curved that much. Not curved that much. There we go. That's better. Okay, please excuse the fact that this may or may not look slightly more cruddy up there right now, but I just drew in his hair and I didn't like it, so I erased it. I'm starting over again with the hair, okay? And you can too. So if you ever don't like something, just erase it and start over. Okay, so for the hair, we're going to draw some points of connection so that we can kind of connect the dots, okay? So the first one you're going to want to draw is right about there, above the middle of this eye and to the left a little bit. Then we're also going to want to draw one right about here, just down slightly lower than this one, and in between the point where the two eyes meet. Okay, and so then we're just going to do a line and a line. Okay? And there you have that little flop of hair in the middle there. It looks really weird right now, but whatever. Okay, so next we're going to be connecting this point to a point out here for Ferb's bangs, I guess you'd call it. And so you can just bloop, connect that right there, and then just connect his forehead up to wherever you need it to be. And then we're gonna have to go to a point above this point and to the right a little bit. So get a point going right there. And then this isn't gonna be a straight line. This is gonna be a nice curved line, okay? So just curve your line and then kind of make it be a cliff at the end. Okay? For a bang piece. Next, we're going to take a little bloop bloop for his little up piece that goes up right there. Okay? And then the back is kind of smooth for a while, so you can just smooth that out. I don't like that. Oh, great. Okay. It's smooth for a while, but it kind of curves down. Curves down to like right here. Smooth but curving down. Is that better? I guess that's a little better. Still looks kind of weird to me. Hopefully yours will look better. And then basically he's got a little in the back there. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to go out and back. And then out and back, out and back, and then a little out, back, tiny right there to join that all back together. Does that look better as Ferb hair? Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay, well, you guys wouldn't know if it looks better because you didn't see the other one, but trust me, it was not pretty. And so there you go. As you can see, it's not an exact science, you know, but just kind of give him a bang piece here, and he's always kind of got a sticky up piece there and a sticky down piece there, and then a little pa-chunk in the back. So there you go. And then now we got to do his collar. Collar is actually really easy. So all you're going to do is just put a dot there, put a dot there and there. And then now we're just going to connect the dots. And actually, I think I might want these a little bit longer. There we go. Okay, so we've got the points on the end here and 3 dots. And just connect them. Okay, because the collar is just made up of little, like, pointy triangle pieces. So there, now you've got his collar, and then, oh, he needs some shoulders? Okay. Boom. Boom. Shoulder. Button on his shirt. And there you go. There's Ferb. You just cut off your drawing at the end where his arms would start, and you don't even have to worry about that. Or if his arms do start, you just have your collar piece right here with the, you know, the button there, and then his shoulders right here, and then just go boom. Now he's got shirt sleeves. And then this is where his body would start. But then you're going to get into the pants zone because his pants are so high up. And you got to do like little belt loop things. And you got to draw his little noodly arms coming out. And then it gets more complicated down near the bottom. So, I mean, we're not ready for that yet. But basically here is your, let me erase this for you. Here's your basic Ferb. And then you can, if you want, you can color him in. I don't have the right skin colors or anything, but I can color in his hair for you. And just color that in, and everyone and their brother will know this is Ferb because, well, it looks just like him, but also because it has green hair. And Ferb's the one with green hair, okay? Not Phineas. Ferb. And as you can see, sometimes Ferb is a little bit wider and sometimes a little bit skinnier and taller, but that's okay because it still always looks like Ferb. You know, this is maybe just like a down shot. Not down shot, but like I'm looking up at Ferb, so his head looks like it's a bit longer. And so then, yeah, you know, you can do other things like this. We've got Ferb playing guitar, and you are pretty much using the same basic things for his head, except it's curved now. And then, yeah, of course, like I said before, the body's a bit more complicated, but you know, whatever. So that's that. Happy drawing. Bye-bye now.